basically just drop some information. Um, this is going to be deep, so I completely understand if I may lose some people at this point with what I'm going to be discussing. But for those of you who are looking at the cover photo, that photo is of Mama Cecile and Papa Justify. They were from the movie The Skeleton Key. You guys remember that movie, The Skeleton Key? Where this woman went to in this movie, The Skeleton Key, this woman, she traveled to New Orleans to go kind of be a caregiver for this woman and her husband who was ailing. The thing about this woman was eventually what she found out was that the woman that she went to go work for, it wasn't actually even her that she was working for. It was the spirit of the two. I don't know if they ended up being slaves or they were servants at that time. Mama Cecile and Papa Justify. They were conjuring and doing rituals with the master's kids, or so that's what they kind of like thought or whatnot. And these Mama Cecile and Papa Justify, they would be able to time travel. They were time travelers. They were bonded. They were spiritual husband, spiritual wife for each other. Though they were bonded. It was it's different from being a twin flame. And I'm going to explain this concept. These are not twin flames. No, these are individuals who are of the same evil vibration, and they're married to each other. And the thing about them is they can be brother and sister. They can be partners, like man and wife, wife and wife, husband and husband. It can be mother and son. It can be father and daughter. That's kind of the concept of these twins that I'm going to be talking about, like on the Skeleton Key. And on that movie, The Skeleton Key, what they would do was they would play a record, the vinyl, which is carbon, right? That would spark up the vibration, that would conjure up the entity. And then by playing the record, that they had, what it would do was it would basically put them in the space where they can facilitate the ritual to change bodies and change forms and things like that. Why am I talking about this? What the fuck does this have to do with me, etc.? Some of you guys are dealing with your masculine or your feminine, and they're dealing with their codependency issues with their mom. Some of you guys are dealing with karmic masculines or whatnot that got a sister. That's their evil twin. Some of them, it's the masculine and his mom, or sorry, the feminine and her father, and they go out and they facilitate dark arts together. A lot of this is doing evilness and wickedness on other people, whether it be spell work, energy harvesting, manipulation tactics, all that type of good stuff. They have to do it together. That's what they like to do. They like to do it together. A lot of these individuals, they don't know that they were married in past lives, and they still have that sexual kundalini like bond. So even though they may even be family, there's still that incestuous nature between them, because there's past life memories of being bonded to one another. In the movie, the Skeleton Key, at the end, you clearly see that they were able to facilitate the ritual of switching bodies. And they would specifically go and seek out young and healthy people to go and implant into, because they're looking for AKA Horcruxes, like we talk about in Harry Potter. And the funny thing is, even with these different like movies that we talk about, notice that they kind of have a reoccurring theme amongst one another. Because this is how they're teaching you of the occult through the arts, which is entertainment, the movies, things like that. Some of you guys have dealt with, like, for instance, a toxic ass masculine and his mama was helping him, their husband and wife. Some of you guys are dealing with maybe a toxic, you may not be romantically involved, but they're like brother and sister, their husband and wife. Some of you, this could be your masculine and their karmic partner, their spiritual husband, spiritual wife. And their whole entire purpose is to look for light bodies to go and try to break down so they can shift into or steal their energy. That's why sometimes you guys go through hell and hot water with your karmic masculines, because that's the entire point. It's ritual, it's sacrifice. Via narcissistic abuse or spell work and something like that. Because for some of you guys, it's just narcissistic abuse. For others of you guys, it's a full blown magic shit like that. That's why some of the times the karmic will even send the masculine over to you to impregnate you or shit like that, or bother or love on you and things like that, because they know your energy signature. They're trying to bring it over to their side. But in the Japanese tradition, yokai, there's something called domokomo. Now, domokomo, basically, I'm gonna show you a picture of domokomo. You're gonna be like, "What the fuck is that?" Yokai is so funny. Yokai basically is the as the it's kind of like the grimoire of Japanese folklore and like their demonology. It's very much more extensive than anyone that I've ever met, anyone that I've ever studied. This is domokomo. This energy right here, evil twins. Now, why am I showing you this? Because some of you guys are gonna be like, "That's scary." Domokomo. In the yokai tradition, this domokomo energy, they're two different spirits, but oddly, they're binded to the same body. One of the problems with the domokomo is they're very evil, they're wicked, but this is how they don't like go out, and they're carnivorous, but the way that they also like to eat is energies. Yes. The thing about the domokomo though is one of the heads is stronger than the other. Like for instance, what Mama Cecile and Papa Justice, Papa Justify, Mama Cecile was the stronger one in terms of the conjuring and whatnot like that. Even when sometimes you're dealing with your masculine and his karmic partner, the karmic female is more I wouldn't say she's more powerful spiritually, she's just more sinister. This domokomo though, what ends up eventually happening is that one of the heads will kill off the other one for survival though. So at the end of the day, they don't even really have loyalty to each other. And I'm telling you guys this now because you're going to start to see a lot more of this in front of you. Some of you guys, this is even in your own family with your mom and or your brother, and you're wondering why they're like that, or your sister and their dad, or maybe your extended relatives. You're gonna start to see it, and you're gonna start to understand, okay, this is why this is going on like this. Because they're Domo or Mama Cecile and Papa Justify. They travel from lifetime to lifetime. And you want to know how you can identify? Because I know I've met two sets of these people at this point. You want to know how to identify them? It's through their south node placements and their personal planets. There was a brother and a sister. They were married in past lives, and they were wondering why they always have like bad luck and things like that. Is because this is what they would do. They would in past lives they would do the same thing: ritual, sacrifice, da 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 da. So in this lifetime, they're dealing with poverty, abuse, all that type of stuff, forced to wander, all that type of stuff. And the thing this about these people though is they're not good people. So it's like, wow, everyone has traumas. You can't say that they deserve it. I'm not saying that they deserved it, but they brought it upon themselves. Some of the things that they've gone through. Some. The brother has South Node Pisces. The sister has Jupiter Pisces. They're formed and merged from the same cloth. Another one was the karmic masculine that I once dealt with. His South Node was in Libra, and that was the Sun sign and Pluto sign for the karmic that he was chasing after. And their South Nodes were sister signs. And it's basically like what I was seeing through that chart is like these people they do this war and codependency and shit like that based on their South Node signs. Low vibrational Venusian energy for that couple though. Low vibrational Neptune energy on the other side though. That's why sometimes when you're dealing with your masculine or your karmic or his karmic mother or something like that, it's good to look into the charts because then you can see the deeper dynamic, the past life dynamic. This was not supposed to be long, and I'm not sure if there's any type of like deeper like exploration on this. I know in some African traditions they have some cultures have specific like notions about twins, physical twins than others. Like in Nigerian culture, in Yoruba culture, they call it Ibeyi, and they're known as good luck. But in the Igbo culture, twins is kind of considered bad luck. So depending on what culture you go to or you're from, that's their definition of what twins and their value in society. But twins are always known as some type of mystical or magical omen. in most societies across the world. Now, when we're talking about a twin flames, these are completely different. Twin flames is the same soul split into two different vessels. And usually twin flames are two spirited as well. They can embody the whole entire vibration polarity of two genders, masculine and feminine at the same exact time, and they don't like, and it's not, they don't experience conflictions or confusion in their in who they are. That's two spiritedness, the ability to kind of walk in both worlds. But two spiritedness too, in regards to twin flames, is you have like an extra you have a polar body that you are also awaken at the same time. That's what it really needs to be two spirited. You're awake in two worlds at once. And that's different from this Domo Como stuff, this Mama Cecile Papa Justify energies. So be careful with which one that you are engaging with, because if you're dealing with the first set of twins that we're dealing with, just know that there's going to be a karmic right behind. Shayna Page, I'm telling you right now, they're probably that sister and husband and wife spiritual bullshit thing that I was just talking about. Y'all need to be careful with what you're playing with, especially for those of you specifically. Like, it's even worse when it's the mother. It's even worse. That's deep ancestral karma. Deep. When the mother is the twin, the evil twin. That's all I really had to say. I may go deeper on this with some like I said, there's not much information about this, but I've mentioned the skeleton key a few times. And I feel like this is something that you guys have to like, you should grasp, because the shapeshifter energies are high right now, and they're out looking for blood. They're looking for, they're hunting. And for some of you guys that left your karmic masculine alone, remember, didn't I did it says right here in the Domo Como, one head will eventually defeat the other. The karmic has defeated that head, and now they're coming to you for life. But then they're just gonna go right back to that karmic and continue to feed that head until it gets fatter and fatter. You see? So that's what I have for you all tonight. Very interesting energies. A lot of revelations. I hope you all enjoy. Thank you for watching. Bye.